After I collapsed during a staff presentation, the paramedic said, "We tried every number, no answer, no one came." But that night, my sister tagged me in a photo, celebrating family without the drama. I did not comment. 4 days later, still on 4. My phone lit up. 73 missed calls and a text from my dad. "Pick up. This is bigger than you realize. It's serious." I did. And then, after I collapsed during a staff presentation, the paramedic leaned over me and said, "We tried every number, no answer." Bright lights, carpet glue, someone's cologne, then the siren. I remember the slide with my name on it, and then the floor coming fast. Black edges, hands on my chest, a voice telling me to stay with them. I did barely. Hospital room, iodine plastic, the beep beep that makes time feel slow and mechanical, IV in my arm, tape pulling at my skin, my blazer folded on a chair like it belonged to someone else. A nurse adjusted the drip. "Any family I should notify?" she asked. "They already tried," I said. She hesitated, kind but brisk. "Okay, pain level. Enough." I reached for my phone. My hand shook. The nurse tapped the screen for me. Notifications spilled out. Calendar reminders, app updates, a coupon for a sandwich place. Nothing from them. The paramedic wasn't lying. I slept. I woke up to a technician replacing the sticky pads on my chest. Mild cardiac event, they said. Mild. I couldn't sit up without the room tilting. That night, I unlocked my phone again. One new tag. My sister. A photo of her with our parents at a backyard table. Ring light glow. Matching sweaters. Caption: "Celebrating family without the drama." I stared. The date stamp was today. They knew the paramedics had called. It was in the group chat log the hospital showed me. They didn't come. They posted. They tagged me like a joke. I didn't comment. I turned the phone face down. The monitor kept time. Someone laughed in the hallway. The laughter felt far away, like a TV in another apartment. The next morning, a resident ran through my labs. Stress probably played a role. He said, "You need rest. Set boundaries." He had no idea what the word boundary meant at my house. At my house, boundary means you're selfish. I dozed, woke, drank bad water. The nurse offered to call again. "Don't," I said. "You sure?" "Yes." Day 4. Afternoon light made the room look like a waiting room from a DMV. I picked up the phone, thumb hovering. It buzzed so hard, I dropped it. 73 missed calls. My sister. My mom. My dad. A cluster of texts loaded at once like a dam breaking. From Dad. "Pick up. This is bigger than you realize. It's serious." Bigger than what? Bigger than the ambulance. Bigger than the EKG still taping my chest. I opened the message thread. "No." "Are you okay?" "No." "What happened?" "Just pick up. It's serious." I scrolled up in the group chat. Photos of a charcuterie board, a boomerang of champagne, a selfie with the caption, "Blessed." My name tagged under a photo of a cake. They left a laughing emoji on my tag. They love jokes when the bill is paid. I tapped my banking app out of reflex, like touching a bruise. The screen loaded a list of autopays and shared accounts with familiar names attached. Their lines, not mine. Their plans, their subscriptions, their emergencies, all flowing through me. Quiet sponsor. The nurse came back with a cup of ice. "Someone texted again," she said, nodding at my phone. "Who?" "Dad." "What did he say?" She read it gently, as if quoting a doctor's order. "It's serious." I felt something slip into place. Not a scream, not anger. Dead calm, a door closing without a slam. I typed nothing. I watched the heart rate number blink. A small green metronome that didn't care about family posts or missed calls. I turned the phone over and let it buzz against the plastic tray. No apology, no, "How are you?" Just panic. Not for me, for access. I breathed in, out. I looked at the IV, the tape, the bruise forming under it. I looked at my folded blazer, at the presentation notes I'd never finish. And then I looked back at the banking app, at the names hanging off my accounts like ornaments, at the manage buttons I'd never pressed. The nurse dimmed the lights. "Try to sleep," she said. "I will," I said. I didn't. I lay there and made a list in my head, not of excuses, not of speeches, of switches. If it's serious, I thought, good, I'm serious too. Night shift hum. Tape on my arm. The heart monitor keeping time. I opened my laptop and typed a title in a blank note. Shut down. I didn't write speeches, I wrote steps. Freeze every secondary card. Close the joint checking. Remove my card from all auto pays. Change every password. Move payroll to a new bank under a trust. Notify providers. I am withdrawing authorization. Put a fraud watch on anything with my name. I started the bank app security menu. Secondary card canceled. Joint account closed. Streaming, gym, ride shares removed. Email, bank, phone carrier changed. Credit bureau fraud alert filed, flagged. No anger, just the click of clean doors locking. My phone buzzed on the tray. I flipped it face down and kept going. The door opened. Grandpa stepped in wearing the same windbreaker he's had since I was a kid. He didn't hug me. He pulled a chair close and looked at the screen. List, he said. List, I said. He nodded. Breathe while you type. We worked. I read account names. He read confirmation numbers aloud so I could paste them into the note. It felt like inventory after a flood. I called the bank's fraud line. A woman verified me twice. Reason for freeze? Unauthorized use by third parties, I said. Relationship, family. Pause, then understood. She issued new numbers. Overnight delivery, no forwarding. I had her add a note. Do not reauthorize secondary users without written consent. She read it back to me. Anything else? Yes. Block cash advances and person-to-person pulls from the old accounts. Done. Grandpa slid a pen onto the tray. Write the date next to each step. Paper remembers differently than screens. I wrote dates, times, initials for every rep. 2 more calls. Insurance provider. Remove me as payer for a policy on a vehicle I do not drive. Utility company. Revoke the backup card on file. Both reps tried the same script. Are you sure? It may interrupt service. Yes, I said, that's the point. I emailed my HR rep from the hospital room. Subject. Direct deposit update effective immediately. Body. New routing details attached. Please confirm receipt. Footnote. Replace emergency contacts with one name only. Grandpa. HR replied in 9 minutes. Confirmed. Tomorrow's transfer will route to the new account. Emergency contacts updated. Grandpa leaned back. What about medical access? I opened a second list. Access control. Remove all relatives from clinic portals. Set 2-factor authentication. Put a note on my chart. Information only to patient and listed proxy. I called the hospital desk. Hi, I need to revoke all verbal permissions. The clerk asked for my code word. I gave it. Any exceptions? 1. My grandfather. She added the note. You're set. Grandpa watched me type. Lawyer, he said. Next, I said. He called his guy. Put him on speaker. A calm voice. No fluff. He asked 3 questions. Who has used your money? Where are you listed? Who believes they speak for you? I answered. He answered back with actions. Tonight, I'll draft a cease and desist prohibiting contact with your providers. We'll file fraud watch notices with each bank and a notice to any landlord where your name appears. We'll add a property transfer block. If any asset you've co-signed tries to move, it freezes. Payroll's already moving. I said, good. We'll create a small holding trust for incoming deposits. New bank, new routing, no shared access. I'll send the documents to your email in 15 minutes. He did. We e-signed. Grandpa checked each box before I clicked. The phone vibrated and vibrated. Dad, Mom, Ava. I didn't answer. I kept the note open and added one more item. Document everything. Screenshots, email receipts, call logs, a folder named proof. The doctor came by to check the monitor. He glanced at the laptop. Work housekeeping, I said. Try not to spike your heart rate. I'm lowering it. He smiled in a way that said he didn't understand, but he wouldn't argue. At noon the next day, the first real shock hit their side. I know, because my voicemail filled in minutes. I didn't listen. I let the transcripts populate. Ava, my card isn't working. The rent portal says decline. I need you to fix this. Mom, the pharmacy says the backup card failed. They can't release my meds. Can you call them? Dad, pick up. We need to coordinate. You can't shut down without a transition plan. Transition plan, like I owe them a handover. I typed instead of talking. Notify landlord. I am not party to Ava's lease. Remove my email from her emergency contact form. Request written confirmation of removal. I sent the emails. I CC'd the lawyer. He replied, received. I'll follow with certified letters. I opened my old Venmo and PayPal and closed them, closed the backup checking I had forgotten existed, moved what little was there to the new bank, and set the old one to no external transfers. Canceled, removed, changed, flagged. Grandpa left to get coffee. When he came back, he brought a small notebook. Write one sentence you can say if they corner you on the phone, he said. No improvising. I wrote, all financial access is revoked. Do not contact my doctors. All communication goes through counsel. He nodded. Say only that, then hang up. The hospital discharged me that afternoon. Grandpa drove. I left with paperwork, a bruise, and the notebook in my pocket. At home, I placed my old wallet in a drawer and slid the new card into a small zip case. New bank app on the front screen. Old bank app, hidden 3 swipes over. I called Ava once, not for a fight, for the script. She picked up mid-cry. Finally, do you know what you've done? I can't, I said. All financial access is revoked. Do not contact my doctors. All communication goes through counsel. You're ridiculous, she said. You're punishing us. Click. Dad called. I let it go to voicemail. The transcript popped up. You are jeopardizing your mother's health and your sister's housing. We can't do this right now. We need a plan. I filed it under proof. Mom texted, please don't be cruel. I'm scared. Then, 1 minute later, send me the new card just for the pharmacy. After I pick up, we'll talk. I archived it. Then I opened my pharmacy account and removed her name from every field. The lawyer emailed restraining language ready, letters sent, a standing notice to the hospital system. He attached a simple line I could copy-paste to whom it may concern. I revoke any previous permissions for named individuals. Medical information is restricted to me and my designated proxy. Any contact attempts should be documented and forwarded to counsel. I pasted it into my notes. HR confirmed the paycheck reroute again. All set. Next cycle hits the new account. I thanked them. I moved their email to a folder called Safety. That night, I turned off the ringer and left the phone across the room. I sat at the table with the notebook and made a final pass through the list. Credit freeze at bureaus. Done. 2-factor on email and bank. Done. Remove shared cloud albums. Done. Cancel the temporary joint. Done. Notarization ordered. Done. Proxy set. Done. I didn't post anything. I didn't subtweet. I wasn't trying to win an argument. I was pulling the plug on a machine that ate me. The next morning brought the first escalation, a call from the clinic front desk. A woman is here claiming to be your sister. She says she's your medical proxy. She isn't, I said. You have the note? We do, the clerk said. Security is escorting her out. I added a line to proof. Time, date, attempted impersonation. At noon, the bank's security team called me, not the other way around. We detected multiple authorization attempts on closed instruments. Do you want to file an incident? Yes, I said. They read back IP addresses and device types. They placed an internal watch on my profile. Any attempt from those devices would triple lock. Grandpa folded his arms. Breathe, he said. I did. Then I opened a new note titled What Stays. It was short. My bills, my health, my work. People who showed up. No speeches, no moralizing, just scope. By evening, the group chat lit up with a message from Mom. Let's be adults and talk. No mention of hospitals, no apology, just a reset request with the old rules. I muted the chat for a year. I turned on the kettle and waited for it to click. The apartment was quiet enough to hear it. This wasn't revenge. This was maintenance long overdue. The house looked the same from the street. Inside, the breakers were off. They didn't slow down. They pivoted. 2 days after I cut the lines, a courier showed up at my door with a white envelope. From counsel, he said. Inside, notice of intent to pursue emergency conservatorship. The language was clean and sharp. Claims of erratic financial behavior, possible cognitive impairment, and following a cardiac event, concerns from immediate family. The goal was obvious. Restore access. I forwarded it to my lawyer. He called within 10 minutes. They're trying to beat you to the courthouse, he said. We'll file a preemptive reply with doctor statements, employment verification, and a notarized declaration from you. Grandpa faxed whatever needed faxing from his kitchen like it was 1998. My doctor wrote a line I keep rereading because it's so simple. Patient is oriented, competent, and making reasoned decisions. HR sent a letter. Active employee. Voluntary medical leave. Returning as planned. We attached logs, screenshots, timestamps. The hearing never made the docket. Their lawyer withdrew. Mine sent a cease and desist barring them from contacting providers or presenting themselves as proxies. 1 page, 3 sentences. With the legal door closed, the PR door opened. Mom posted, "Please keep our family in your prayers. We're dealing with something difficult. No names, no details." Ava reposted it with a broken heart emoji and the words, "Some people lash out when they're hurting." Comments rolled in. "You're so strong. Family first. She'll come around." A friend from high school DM'd me a screenshot. "Is this about you?" I didn't answer. 10 minutes later, she sent another. An old tag from the day I collapsed. Celebrating family without the drama. Side by side with Ava's pity post caption on the same thread. So where was this energy when she was in a hospital bed? That took off. People dug. The internet has a mean talent for timelines. They found the backyard photo, the charcuterie board, the tag under their jokes, the brand collabs on Ava's page. It turned quick. Yikes. The math isn't mathing. This looks like exploitation. Ava locked her comments. Then she disappeared the feed. Dad called twice. Then HR at his firm called him. I know because he left a voicemail taut as piano wire. "You've embarrassed this family. You've caused real damage." He never once said my name next to the words, "Are you okay?" Later, a cousin texted me that he'd been placed on leave. Cousin added a shrug emoji like that softened anything. Ava tried a last-minute reconciliation arc. She recorded a shaky video at dusk. Makeup smudged. Hoodie up. "Mental health is complicated," she said. "We're not perfect. We're trying to help my sister, but she's pushing us away. We forgive her." She never said, "What for?" The comments split. Half sympathy, half smoke. Someone pasted my mom's prayers post under Ava's video and asked, "Is this about the same sister you tagged during Family Day without the drama?" Another posted the photo of my name under a sponsor sticker. Brands started quietly untagging her. 2 unfollowed the same afternoon. Small tremors. Real consequences. Then came performance art. A staged album on Facebook. My parents and Ava in front of their house with a rented U-Haul. Boxes labeled kitchen, memories, hope. Caption. Starting over hurts, but family is forever. We're keeping a room ready. In the last photo, Ava held a framed picture of me at age 9. Bowl cut, missing tooth. Under it, "Come home." It felt like ransom by nostalgia. I didn't comment. I documented. My lawyer texted, "Do not engage online." I replied, "Wasn't planning to." I posted one thing. A photo of an empty kettle on my stove with the caption, "Restraint isn't silence. It's discipline. No tags. No thread." Said it and forgot it. The next shift came through the bank. Security called me before I called them. We flagged a series of attempts to authorize a transfer from an inactive backup account, the agent said. "Device matches one used on your profile in the past. Name on the request?" She gave it. I wrote it in my notebook. Date and time. I filed a police incident. Not charges. Not yet. Just a fraud report with the printout attached. The bank added an internal note. Auto-lock on any future attempts from listed devices. Quiet tripwire. That night, Mom texted me part legal, part plea. "We can fix this as a family. You made your point. We need to coordinate bills until we transition." I saved it to the folder called Proof and muted her thread for a year. In the background, little details started breaking. Ava's landlord emailed the emergency contact on file, me, about unpaid rent and a pending notice to quit. I forwarded it to my lawyer with 2 words, "Not mine." He replied with a formal letter to remove my contact, referencing their earlier threat of conservatorship. The landlord acknowledged removal within an hour. A neighbor told Grandpa he'd seen Dad loading a filing cabinet into his truck at night. Grandpa raised an eyebrow. "Let him file," he muttered. "We already placed a property transfer alert with the county for anything tied to your name. If they try to move paper you co-signed, it freezes automatically. Procedure, not drama." A cousin, one of the few who sits out the performance, called to say, "Mom's telling people you had a breakdown." She sounded tired. "I don't know why she's doing this." "Because access is gone," I said. She sighed. "You wanted me to pass anything along?" "No," I said. "There's nothing to pass." The hospital mailed me a formal confirmation. Proxies revoked. Portal locked, except for me and Grandpa. It felt like a small fence in a huge field. I put the letter in a folder labeled Safety next to HR's note and my direct deposit confirmation. Paper is clean. Paper doesn't argue. A week in, the group chat went from frantic to empty. The last message sat there under a photo of Sunday candles and a caption about soup. No one liked it. No one wrote back. I archived the chat. The old me would have drafted a long message explaining everything. The new me uses a sentence. All financial access is revoked. Do not contact my doctors. All communication goes through counsel. I kept my phone on low. I learned to let the kettle click when it's ready without standing over it. I kept making lists, not to fantasize about revenge, but to tie off threads. Remove my email as recovery on their accounts. Done. Lock old cloud albums. Done. Notarization picked up. Done. Address change filed. Done. The quiet didn't feel empty. It felt accurate. When noise bubbled up, another anonymous number, another vague post, I didn't run toward it with a fire extinguisher. I wrote down the time, took a screenshot, and put it in proof. There's a moment I keep replaying only because it proves the point. Grandpa and I were in his kitchen. He poured coffee. My phone lit up face down and then went dark again. You don't have to look, he said. I'm not, I said. He nodded. Good. The machine was off. They kept flipping the switch on their end and wondering why the lights didn't come back. That's not my problem anymore. A courier handed me a white envelope. Emergency conservatorship. We answered first. My doctor's note. Oriented, competent. HR's letter. Active employee. My declaration. Call logs. Timelines. Their petition never hit the docket. My lawyer sent a cease and desist to stop them from contacting providers. The hospital locked my chart. Proxy equals grandpa only. They pivoted to PR. Mom's please pray post. Ava's teary video about someone lashing out. Old tags resurfaced. Family without the drama on the day of my collapse. Comments flipped. Brand stepped back. Ava locked her feed. Security flagged authorization attempts from an old backup account. Same device as before. I filed a police incident. The bank added an auto lock. Ava's landlord emailed me. Still listed as emergency contact. My lawyer removed me in writing. Done. The group chat fell quiet after one last line. Let's talk like adults. No apology. No. Are you okay? I archived the thread and finished the switch-offs. Credit freeze. Cloud access closed. Recovery emails changed. Paper folder. Safety. Digital folder. Proof. New apartment. New bank. New number. One emergency contact. No shared anything. I set one sentence for every call. All financial access is revoked. Do not contact my doctors. All communication goes through counsel. I used it twice, then I stopped answering. I posted once, a kettle on the stove. Caption. Restraint isn't silence. That was enough. Days got simple. Pay my bills, cook, walk, sleep. The chest pressure eased. The phone stayed still. On the inside of my door, a list. Don't co-sign. Don't float it this month. Don't explain boundaries. Eat, rest, move. Call the people who showed up. This wasn't revenge, it was survival. And survival sounds like this. Quiet.